Activision subscription-based um, TV show network, and it's
Okay.
going to be odd. But I think they're going to be. I think the major thing with that is going to be esports, especially with Overwatch coming out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's timely, and I mean, there's some obvious overlap between esports people, people watching esports ideally, and the TV movies, type of thing about it. Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry if I went quiet there for a second. Yeah, because D-Man and CB Master caught it. I lost connection there for a second, but
Oh,
I think it caught itself again. Rip in peace.
yeah. Here, the chat's
Here
catching
we
up
go.
now.
Yeah. So can you hear me all right, Justin? I know you
Yeah, I
can't
can hear
see
you
me.
fine.
Okay.
No, I can hear you fine. And actually, you were quiet for a second. I just figured you were listening.
Yes, I was listening very intently.
But
Yeah.
then your quality dropped. So like your quality on your microphone dropped. So I was like, uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh.
Is it rebounded?
Yeah, it's rebounded.
Okay.
It's fine now.
Okay.
Yeah.
OBS
So
looks okay. So, shit, man. Yeah. So guess who's calling charter the moment this call ends? Holy shit.
oh yes, I'm
I
sure.
mean, like I said, the last guy was out here yesterday. So if we can make
So
this a daily thing.
what was the last thing you heard that I was chatting to you about?
I actually never lost your.
Oh.
Yeah. I saw the ding. My webcam went dark and I saw the ding, or heard the ding rather, that said, "Hey, OBS is just gonna like, all right, good luck, bro," and I'm out. And so I
Wow.
bring up
Okay.
OBS right as it reconnected. So I was like, all right.
All right.
So yeah, no, no. But to piggyback off of what you said, I mean, it sounds like, it sounds like this is not a random thing. Obviously, they've been
No.
leading up to this for quite some time. And like I said, there are some overlaps between entertainment from an esports perspective and entertainment from a TV show and movie perspective. So I think it's a logical direction that they're going in. If they have chosen this direction, I think that's like the logical progression.
Yeah.
Um, Executioner Small. Oh, dude, don't talk about Executioner Small and Ornstein, Dragon Slayer Ornstein. Ugh,
the
too
the
real.
thing with Blizzard is like the thing with Activision and thing with Blizzard is that they never put all their cards in one spot.
Oh
So
yeah,
like they're very good at spreading out,
yeah,
and they're very good of kind of they might not necessarily be ahead of the game,
yeah.
but they're very good at popularizing it
Mhm.
and hitting it headstrong and doing the right thing with
Yeah.
it. So kind of as we saw with Hearthstone, obviously it's not the
Oh yeah.
first card game on the PC. So obviously Magic has been card games out on the
Yeah.
PC, but they kind of revolutionized the way it worked, and it works for a lot of people who Magic may have been too complicated for them to actually get into, too much of a backstory to get into. When they pick up Hearthstone and they're like, oh well, I can play this because this is basically just counting and realizing how much mana crystals I have to put
Yeah.
out something. So they made it simplified, but they made it difficult enough to where it can actually be an actual esport.
Yeah.
Like it can actually, it's a thinking game. It's obviously not like a shooter. There's not, you don't have to have precision and stuff like
Right.
that, but you do have to have the wits to understand what your opponent may have, and
Yeah.
it's basically like a chess game. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I like where they're going.
Mhm.
So I like esports in general. I like competitive games. I think with Overwatch coming out,
Mhm.
they're really going to be overhyping that
Oh
as
yeah.
far as being a very competitive game. So
Mhm.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an interesting direction, not one that I expected. I mean, there's a lot of hype surrounding the World of Warcraft movie, or the Warcraft movie.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think this all ties in pretty well.
I probably watched that
Um,
trailer like 100 times.
yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah, you guys from the break room, like just watching it over and over, like trying to catch small
Yeah,
details.
well,
And,
the real
yeah,
trailer came out on Friday.
yeah, I did hear about that. I haven't seen
Oh
it.
my God, it was beautiful.
Nice.
It was
Oh
so
yeah.
beautiful. And what Blizzard does well is also cinematics
Oh
for
god.
their games. So the Legion, World of Warcraft Legion expansion cinematic came out on Friday as
Yeah.
well, and that was fucking probably on par with the best cinematic I've ever seen. So I would say my
Damn.
favorite cinematic of all time of over any games is probably the Wrath of the Lich King cinematic,
Oh,
and
nice.
this is equally on par with how fucking well crafted that was. So
That's impressive. That's quite the testimony,
it was good.
man. So I mean, clearly they have a knack for this, for churning out.
They do,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, of course, games as well, but yeah, churning out the just from the visual, just the television, just the that medium of entertainment, which I mean, I guess they've been spending all these years kind of dipping their toes in that water by putting out
Yeah.
these really probably very expensive cutscenes and cinematics. So
Oh
mean,
yeah,
that's
insanely
impressive.
expensive. I could not imagine
Yeah.
fucking rendering what they do.
Oh yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
mean,
yeah,
they got the production money to throw that kind of shit at it. So I
they
mean,
do.
if
When they
there's
told
anyone, yeah, if there's anyone that
when
can
they
do it,
told the director that money is not in the question.
yeah,
Like you can just kind of do what you want.
challenge accepted. Oh
Yeah.
man, yeah. Uh, when we were discussing the internet, so yeah, so and I apologize for bouncing back and forth here, but
Oh
when
yeah.
we were discussing the like the PS Now service and everything else, things
Hmm.
that are it sounds at least like it's stream based. Like in order to play these simulator
Yeah.
games, you have to be connected to the internet, and if you don't have an internet connection, it's too bad you can't play it. And that's and like you raised the point, and I think it's a good point where it's like in order for that to be reliable, then you need a reliable infrastructure, like internet infrastructure, which in a lot of places works well. In my situation right now, I would not be able to enjoy that very well because
No.
my internet
Yep.
sucks apparently. Um, but it kind of reminded me. I don't know if you remember this. Back in the day, they tried really hard to make a splash, and it just never happened. It's called OnLive. You ever remember that from years ago? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Was
ever
that
try
from
it?
who was that? Was that Microsoft?
I don't think it was Microsoft. I think it was their. I think OnLive was like its thing. Like I don't think.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you ever
Well, that
try
was
it?
also no,
'Cause I did not
no,
either.
I did not. Yeah, I hope someone tried it. Like
Yeah.
I did not try it, but that was a streaming service.
Yeah, it was a game streaming service that wasn't unlike. Well, it was sort of similar to what we're describing here, where like you would have an account and you would play games, but you would never install the games on your or what you did install, if anything, was very lightweight, and most of the heavy lifting was done on the server side. So it would just render the stuff to you. You would type enter your commands with a keyboard or with a controller, and it would basically everything was being done on the server side. Everything was done,
Oh,
but was done on their servers. You just provided input and saw the display and nothing else. And it started in like I don't know if anyone in the chat remembers that. I think it started in like 2005, 2004.
oh,
It
that
would
could
have
have
been
been good.
like
That
it
had
would
a
have been like
terrible
the
latency.
well, it was like announced in like the mid aughts and probably came out probably in like '07 or '08, so getting closer to the late aughts. And it was needless to say very ambitious, but it crashed and burned.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It
I'm sure the infrastructure could not handle the amount of
and
requests that would have to
yeah,
come in and the amount of things you would have to render. Like I don't what?
I
Like
mean, there
that's not.
were there were there were only certain games that could be played on live. I seem to recall watching somebody try to play. I think it was Counter Strike Source on it, and they were like, it plays like 95% okay, but that 5%, the latency that you described, is all it takes. That if you're off by just a half second, especially for a game like Counter Strike where you turn the corner and
Right.
that extra half of a second that it takes for you to
You need that
see.
precision.
Yeah, you absolutely need it. And I can think of few games that I guess maybe a turn-based RPG. Like I don't know that there are certain games that lend itself better than others, but yeah, needless to say, it just never took off. It's no longer a thing anymore. I'm fairly certain that it went the way of the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And I commend their ambition, for trying something truly outrageous in that sense. But I mean, I don't think anybody was really particularly surprised when it didn't do well. So yeah, it reminded me of that. I was just curious if anybody here had ever had any first-hand experience with it, or if they had heard anything about it themselves. I had heard nothing but disappointing things.
Huh.
So
You know what's funny? You know what's really funny?
what's up?
I was thinking that I've heard of this before,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was thinking back on like what's something that because I listened to the PlayStation podcast quite a bit that IGN had, which had the guys from the Kind of Funny Games team in
Yeah.
it. And I remember them saying that Sony bought a company out to make their VR, to not VR, to make their the emulation program.
Oh, the
And guess who
PS
the
Now?
company was?
Was
The
it
company
OnLive?
was the company was OnLive.
Really?
They didn't buy them, they bought all their patents. So they
Okay.
bought all the patents to their infrastructure.
Now, and you said did you say VR or for the PS Now stuff?
No, sorry, I didn't mean VR. It's for their PS Now stuff.
Oh, what an odd way for that to come full circle. Then holy hell, that's crazy.
Right. Very weird. Yeah, on April 2nd, 2015, it was announced that Sony Computer Entertainment had acquired OnLive's patents.
Wow. Well, I mean, so it
Sony
lives.
operates literally. It says on here Wikipedia. Sony operates PlayStation Now, a similar service built using the infrastructure of Gaikai, a former competitor of OnLive.
Man, what an odd way for it to all come together.
Let's all come full circle
Yeah,
here.
what the heck? I had no idea, honestly. Jeez, what a weird roundabout way for that to come out that way. But well,
So
I mean,
okay, so the company was actually Gaikai. I remember Gaikai.
Okay.
But so the company was actually Gaikai that they bought out to actually make their network stuff.
yeah.
But then they used also the patents from the OnLive
Hmm.
to create this.
That's wild. Yeah, that's absolutely
That
wild.
is
But
crazy.
I mean, so it quote lives on. Maybe I don't know. It's something, I guess.
Oh, are we still live, by the way? Because apparently Eric just sent me one that said, "Are you guys coming back?"
It still says streaming on my end.
Odd. Hold on. Let me check the channel.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'll bring up the dashboard. Because now I'm curious.
Yeah.
Stream configuration quality is excellent. That's a good sign. It shows up on my end, and I see myself bebopping around on.
Right. I see me too.
There we go. So maybe refresh the window, Eric. See if that does the trick. I don't know. If it was. Oh, what's up?
No, that was Siri. Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't scare me like that, Justin. I'm a little antsy, little scared, a little bit gun shy from my modem being a piece of crap. What's up, James? Good to see you. By the way, thanks for joining. We're just chatting about some of the older.
He said call him to James 1017 or whatever.
Call me James. Yes, yeah. So I will call you James.
James
Yeah,
1029.
yes, that's his last name. His last name is numbers.
Yep. James 1029.
But yeah, no, that's really wild, and I was about to say that since then I haven't heard of any service similar, but here we are with PS Now, which is sort of kind of. I'm obviously using the similar infrastructure, so
There's
still
Eric. Apparently he needed to reload.
need to reload. Yeah, yes, I've seen that happen every once in a while, where if a stream cuts out suddenly, then all the users saying it might need to be refreshed. So yeah, sorry about that.
What an odd turn of events, though. Like what?
Yeah, what are the
It's
odds?
so weird that we're just talking about PS Now, and we talk about OnLive,
Yeah.
and then I look up OnLive, and OnLive's like, yeah, they were purchased by Sony Online Entertainment.
That's wild. That's totally wild. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to bring up. And I can't really think of any other topics off the top of my head. I'm thinking we probably have time for another quick one, maybe, if there was something that you had in mind in particular.
I don't have anything in mind, but I can talk about how fucking excited I am for the Blizzard games coming out.
Overwatch, man.
Overwatch. Well, BlizzCon was this weekend, so I kind of wanted to just go over kind of the stuff they talked about.
Yeah.
But the one major thing I wanted to talk about was this fucking Demon Hunter class that they're coming out with in Legion.
For World of Warcraft?
Yeah, for World of Warcraft, and how pretty much nobody else is going to play any other class. Because, okay, I posted a link on my Facebook. You'll have to check it out after we're done here. But the movement and like the animations and everything for this class are so far ahead than what they've ever made in what's even currently available that there would be no reason for me not to play this class, like just to get the full effect of the game anymore.
Yeah.
Because like first off, they can double jump.
Ooh.
And this is weird for MMOs because usually MMOs don't allow double jumping.
Yeah.
Right? So they can double jump and they can also glide.
Wow. That sounds awesome.
By the way, no other fucking class can double jump. Like, no class can double jump. Like, they're the only class who can double jump.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the fuck? What am I doing with these other classes then? Why doesn't everybody just play fucking Demon Hunter?
Seriously,
But yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how this class plays out. But speaking of them changing other classes, apparently they're revamping pretty much everything again. So we're about to get a full clean house.
Yeah,
of,
I was just gonna think.
Stuff, so.
Yeah, when you said that, like how the way the character moves and everything, that makes me think. I wonder if they're gonna go back and revamp other classes.
They are.
Maybe.
They are. Well, they already said there was new big ambitions for everything in Legion, and we kind of saw what those big ambitions are, and they're fucking crazy. So, a lot of it is basically changing the core mechanics of a class and kind of stripping them and taking them back. And I kind of like that. Something they should have done a long time ago. They should have, because I think they finally realized that a lot of shit is kind of getting away from them as far as class balance and like what a
Yeah.
class is actually doing. So, taking case like in the game, warlocks can summon demons. Well, a demonology warlock is supposed to be a master of summoning demons,
Okay.
right? Well, what they actually came out to was a warlock who turned into a demon, and they were like, okay, we went a little too far with that. We want to go back to its grassroots.
Yeah.
So we've removed every ability that allows you to turn into a demon.
Oh
Like we
wow.
removed everything that even deals with that, and you're literally going to be focused on summoning demons and controlling them.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so they're listening to the community, and
Yeah.
this is what I like. So they're actually listening to everyone, and the same goes for my favorite class, Paladin. And I've always been a support type person, so
Mhm.
like I play a Holy Paladin or whatever. And the one things they said was we want to change the way that healing for a paladin works. Well, a paladin has plate armor for a reason, and typically you're just stuck back with all the other healers, behind the lines healing everybody. And they're like, we
Yep.
want you to be close. So they're literally changing the core mechanic of paladin healing to where you have to be next to a person for them to give the full effect of the heal.
Nice.
So literally, you have to run to the person
Mhm.
and then heal them, and then they get a
Oh,
full effect.
nice.
So I was like, okay, I like where you guys are going with this. This is
Yeah.
it's a big change, and I
Yes.
know people don't like change,
Yeah.
but I think it's a change in the right direction. So I'm
Interesting.
excited. I like Blizzard. I love Blizzard games,
Yeah.
and WoW is of course
The
it's
drug
just
of
WoW.
choice. Yeah.
So it is my drug of choice.
Yeah,
So.
I understand. Yeah, that,
But
that
yeah,
is interesting, and like you said, I mean, those are some drastic changes, and I could see people being like, "What the hell? They nerfed healing, like changing it so that you have to be next to people." Like, "Oh, what the hell? Healing sucks now."
right.
I can already hear the complaints,
Yeah.
but no, these are tough choices to make, and like you said, it sounded like things were getting away from them, and
Yep.
this is what happens, man, when you're developing a thing and you have this system, and then you start to add more things to that system and
Yep. You
change it,
add and add, and yep.
and then it
And they're finally stripping it, and
evolves.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
One other thing I wanted to talk about was how much they're actually stripping. Was like hunters. They have 3 talent trees, of course, but they were like, yeah, kind of everything's a little too similar. We don't really like everything being similar, so we're stripping all 3 trees. Like we're
Oh.
redoing everything. So one of the trees now, back in vanilla, hunters used to have these abilities, which were basically they were called wing clip and mongoose bite, and they
Okay.
were melee attacks.
Okay.
So they used your melee weapon. Well, whenever one of the expansions came out, I believe it was Cataclysm, you no longer had a melee weapon; you only had a bow.
Hmm.
And so what they've done now is one of the trees for hunters, you give up your bow and you get a staff or a spear, and that's what you use.
Oh, okay.
So they've now made a ranged class a melee class. So it's kind of
Hmm.
interesting.
Interesting. The plot
So
thickens.
yeah, I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, do we?
But the Overwatch hype is real.
Oh yeah.
So now I want that game so bad. I want to wake up tomorrow morning and look at my email and it's like, congratulations, Justin, welcome to the Overwatch closed beta, and then confetti flies from the fucking ceiling of the hotel
The
room.
hotel, yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be awesome. It's fun to dream. Everyone will play
So,
Demon Hunter. It sounds like it, honestly.
yeah. It's pretty stupid on how those animations that they've made for these characters, like for the Demon Hunter class, and they just look so cool. They really
Nice.
do. So
I'll have to look that
yeah.
up. Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I'll have to check Facebook for that. That sounds really cool. Oh man, the hype. The hype is real. What's
The
going on,
hype.
K Bear? What is going
Hey, what's
on?
up, K Bear?
Unfortunately, I think your timing is.
Yeah, it's just a bit off. We're
Yeah.
getting ready to polish up.
Yeah, we're getting ready to call it. Getting ready to call the stream. We're going for a little bit
Yep.
over an hour.
Yeah.
Had a good old discussion though. Had this stream had a little bit of everything. Talking about Extra Life, talking about games, technical problems, and internet shittiness. Really, we covered all the bases, didn't we?
I think we did.
All
I
the
think
all
we did.
the.
We even came full circle on the PS Now thing,
We
which
did.
was so weird and
I'm
awesome.
still impressed by that. Yeah, that's pretty wild. But and of course, hype for new Blizzard games is always worthwhile in my book. So
Right. Eric said he's got
and
some
Eric's got
fog. Sorry, but not sorry. Okay, white girl.
he's just been playing it off to the side this whole time.
Well, thank you, K Bear,
But,
and yeah, every Tuesday, me and Alex talk.
Oh
about
yeah,
games
yeah. Thanks for
and
following,
everything under
dude.
the sun. So yeah, thanks for
That
following.
is it's super nice. Thank you for following. And yeah, like Justin said, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. till 7-ish Central Time.
Right. And typically we're together. We're not typically over Skype. So this is just a one-off,
Yeah,
not one-off. This is typically an every now and then type call. So
yeah.
whenever, my actual job calls for it.
When duty
So
calls,
when duty calls.
when duty calls, yeah, yeah. Because Justin's coming from. You said it was Maryland.
I am in Maryland, yes.
Maryland,
So
yep. Yep. Yep, and his very fancy hotel with apparently good internet that's been treating him well. So
yeah,
I have no
it's
excuse this time.
it's pretty crazy. They
Yeah.
have decent internet. So, anyways, thank you all
Yeah.
for joining us, and thank you, Alex, for being so awesome.
Oh, go on. No, yeah. Well, no, thank
So,
you, Justin. Thanks for continuing to do the stream despite the travels, making it
yeah, no, man,
making
I
it
love this
happen, keeping the
Yeah.
dream alive. Dude,
Indeed.
the newest
The
Toad,
dreams.
keeping the dreams alive.
So, yeah,
But
thanks everyone, and we'll be back next week.
Yep.
I guess we'll probably be at Alex's house next week. So,
assuming that I haven't burned my modem to the ground.
yes,
out of
assuming that
fury.
assuming that Alex has good interwebs by then,
We'll
we
see.
will be back.
We'll see. I don't trust it. And assuming that Executioner Small hasn't lightning
Yes.
hammered my shit. Yeah,
Indeed.
Like I said, I'm calling chart at the moment this call ends. So, got a fun night ahead of me.
Yep.
All right. Gonna kill the stream.
All right,
Thanks everyone for watching. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next
Yep.
week, baby.
All right. We'll see you guys.